It's time for Tidbit Tuesday. Oh, that was just all right. We're tired.
I think we gave up on trying to do get someone to do it for us.
Yeah, we were supposed to have.
So many people said that they would help us, and we failed to.
Yeah, we didn't.
Our fault.
Here's the thing. That's the intro for Tidbit Tuesday. This is Tidbit Tuesday. We are tired because we just flew in from Portugal to Brazil.
Yeah.
Boy, are my arms tired. We're just on jet lag. Is what it is.
Yeah, I was up at 5:30 this morning and couldn't sleep any longer, and last night at 7:30 I thought I was gonna die.
Really?
Yeah, I was so tired.
Oh yeah, before you went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so hello from the future. We are in Brazil. If you keep up with our Tidbit Tuesdays, you know that we usually film them the day on or the day before they go live. This one is late today because, well, you know, it was supposed to come out about 6 hours ago, and we were either asleep or trying to sleep.
Yeah, we were on the plane, so we lost a bunch of hours.
Yes.
In the air.
Yeah. So we didn't plan it very well. Hello, welcome to Tidbit Tuesday. This is a weekly show where we talk about stuff and things, sometimes around travel. Not exactly travel itself, but we thought today would be fun to talk about what are some things that you used to believe as a child, and then eventually you realize that that's not true.
Yeah. Through experience, I guess, and just life, you recognize it.
So I know that Ashley has like a bunch of funny stories, but I've limited her to two. I could only think of one that was really funny, and then one that was just sort of anecdotal. So yeah. I'm trying to come up with funny stuff here, but
we were with our friends Tony and Zoe the other day, and this came up, like what we believed, like if we believed in Santa Claus, if we believed in the Easter Bunny, and neither Josh and I believed in those.
No.
Oh, if you're small children, please.
Oh, please turn off the show now. But disclaimer, warning: Santa Claus is totally real.
Oh my gosh!
But my family never we joked about Santa Claus, but we all knew that it was really my mom and my dad. I'm outing you right now. I know you will never admit to it, guys, but listen, we all joked about it. We had fun around it. So like we celebrated like the tradition of Santa Claus, but we never any of us never believed it.
And still every year, like if you've ever seen our videos when we first started our channel, we still write like a note to Santa Claus and leave some cookies with Josh's sister.
It's fun. It's a tradition.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
Maybe we'll talk about traditions some other video.
Yeah, but so one of the things that I believed as a kid is like my sister loved Chuck E. Cheese, and she would go to Chuck E. Cheese every birthday, and they had this giant ball pit, really huge, and you could jump off the sides, like it was a giant, and you can jump off the sides.
Was it the one in Bremerton? I think it was Bremerton.
No, Tacoma.
Maybe Tacoma. Either way, I remember the giant ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
Like the biggest ball pit I've ever seen, and I thought you could drown in there. Like children could drown because you could get into the ball pit and you could shimmy down and never touch the bottom. Like there were so many balls in it, you can never touch the bottom. I thought people could die in there.
I touched the bottom.
You're really tall.
Hey.
But you could even like off the side jump into the ball pit and like just be stuck there and try to have to swim to the side.
So did you think that you would just like actually drown or suffocate or die of starvation?
It was like a fear thing, but yeah, like it was a sinkhole. Like you just could never get out. Yeah.
And then you didn't really know what happened, but people just disappeared.
I swear, like if you were in a ball pit as a kid, you probably felt the same thing as I did.
No.
Maybe you did. Josh is special. Josh is like, I'm gullible. You're not so gullible.
Not at all.
So I think maybe that's why when you're a kid, it's harder for you to think of these stories.
Maybe.
For me, it's
because I've always been very logical, so I'm like, there's something holding the balls up. They don't just go to nowhere, so there's got to be a floor. You know, I don't know. That, and I would like dive in and actually like swim down and that sort of thing. I don't know.
And touch the bottom?
Yeah. It was really nasty down there. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I think those ball pits are no longer allowed.
I'm pretty sure they're like a health hazard in the U.S. now. You're not allowed to have them.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so for me, I'll save one of my really funny ones for the second. But the first one that's just sort of anecdotal is I grew up watching a lot of older movies, like 50s and 60s for the most part, some 40s movies, that sort of thing. And it was one of the only things that we were allowed to watch, just because I grew up in a conservative family. So like they wanted to control what we watched and that sort of thing.
And you got them from a library a lot of times.
We usually rented them from the library. The very first movie I saw in theater was Toy Story, the original Toy Story. So that's something right there. But I always thought that these movies were like wholesome. You know, they're old, good-timey, black and white, wholesome films. And many of them are. But now as an adult looking back on these films and like even just remembering some lines or watching it and I'm watching something, I'm going, hey, that was really inappropriate, or like that joke was pretty racy. And it's funny just looking back at these films that I thought were like supposed to be wholesome and good family entertainment. Turns out a lot of them jokes were just going over my head as a kid because I didn't understand it. Yeah. But like,
I think kids movies nowadays still have.
The same. I'm sure the same thing because they make they make the videos for the kids and they make the jokes for the parents so they can all watch it together. I think that's how it works. But I know it's just sort of funny because a lot of films through Hollywood were sort of almost propaganda pieces in a way for like the politics of the time. So whatever someone believed, they would often try and put it in a film, and that sort of thing is common even now today. So it was just funny that I never recognized it until I got older, and I was like, hey, I don't know.
My really embarrassing one that Josh said I have to talk about.
She has to share this one.
And if I didn't, then he would bring it up. Is that I like was uncomfortable.
Fair warning. This is PG-13. Okay.
I'll try to keep it as clean as possible. And I think you'll get the gist.
It's not dirty. She just doesn't. It's just a little embarrassing.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was embarrassed to go to like the health classes where they talked about girl and boy parts with all of my classmates. So I would beg my mom to sign the piece of paper allowing me to skip out on that part. Mm-hmm. I think I did it all through elementary and definitely in health class. I did it in junior high. I remember going to the library while everybody else was learning the health class type stuff and I was all alone in the library. But for a really long time, I thought that the man parts and the woman parts were like magnets, and they knew where to go and what to do.
They had minds of their own.
And like when a boy saw a pretty girl, like his member would follow that pretty girl in a way.
I'm thinking like radar, just like
something similar to that, but it's something my best friend teases me about.
Is it like a snake?
Still to this day.
Is it like a snake? The snake kind of has a mind of its own. It's like
no. Well, yeah, like.
Where did it come from, though?
I don't know. I just thought it. Like it was just
popped into your head.
In my head that.
How did you know about the boy parts, though?
I mean, obviously, you just know that the boys have parts. I don't know that I knew what it looked like, but I just thought that like it was automatic. Like everything was just automatic. I didn't realize that you had to help yourself.
This is so fun. I love this story. Just listening to her stumble through it gives me such pleasure.
So rude. Oh yeah, just something as a kid I made up in my mind, and it is really stuck. Like I just thought that.
When
I don't know.
Hold on. When did you realize this was not real?
I don't know.
There's no definitive moment where you're like, oh. Was it when we were dating?
Maybe. I don't know when it was. I mean, I was with no one else but you.
Yeah.
I've never been with anybody else but you, so I never had the experience of knowing.
Fair. But you didn't ever like work it out in your head and be like, well, my.
Well, in high school I might have done.
Because at some point you should have realized that your bits don't do things automatically.
Nobody talks about that though.
I guess.
Nobody says.
All right, enough making fun of Ashley. It's a funny story, okay? I think it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't have anything.
Go to health class, people.
Yeah, I don't have anything quite as embarrassing, but it's just like one of those things. I was so self-confident that I believed myself in so many different things. And one of the things I did was, okay, so my family, we have a bunch of people in our family. And so we have like toys that we all shared when we were kids, and we had like a little miniature kitchen set. Yeah. It was like
we had one of those.
Yeah, like the small ones you put up against the wall. It's like 3 foot tall, 3 foot wide. It's got like a little oven and a microwave and just all fake stuff.
Yeah.
And we had a burger making kit. It had plastic buns, plastic lettuce, plastic hamburger meat, plastic cheese, and all that sort of stuff. And then one day I was messing around, and I took a slice of Kraft single cheese and put it in the oven, and I left it there, and I forgot about it. And I don't know why I put it in there. I don't remember why I even remembered that I left it in there. And then later, I went back for it, and I couldn't find it. And all I found was the burger making kit. And in there was this slice of plastic cheese. And in my brain, it went, oh, I petrified the cheese. Because I had forgotten it for like several days. And of course, that's how long it takes to petrify cheese. So like, I literally thought that I had figured out a way to petrify cheese. And I truly believed this up until I was like maybe 18 or so. And I was telling the story to somebody about how I had petrified cheese. And they're like, you know that's not real, right? And I was like, you know, I mean, I was a little kid, like I was in there a long time. They're like, no, that's not how that works. And I stopped, and then for the very first time I actually thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, no. And at that moment I realized my childhood was a lie. Like, you know, like everything came rushing back to me like, what else is fake? What else do I believe?
You thought you were magic.
I thought I had petrified cheese somehow. I don't know.
Funny.
And it's just sort of funny how like your brain makes something happen and you never question it. And then well, later in my case someone called me out and they're like, that's not true. And I had just never thought about it.
Yeah. Well, like the things that you think are real, like how often do you talk about them?
Yeah, and then how often do you like truly question what you believe is real?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so if you guys have any stories, I would love to hear them. Put them down below.
Yes.
Things that when you were younger, you thought were like real, or you thought you were going to drown in the ball pit. Let us know. I'd love to read them.
Right.
I think that's it. That's all we have for this Tuesday. You are seeing this today when we're filming
You're
this.
seeing this mere minutes before I hit the publish button.
Yeah, so I hope we encourage you to get out in trouble today. That's our normal outro.
And it is not for Tidbit Tuesday. So we'll see you next video. Bye.